Let me ask you something. If today was your last day on earth, would you be proud of how you spent your time? Welcome back to Hard Truths, the podcast that doesn't coddle you, it calls you out. And today, we're talking about time. The one thing you can't get back. The one thing you can't buy more of. And the one thing most people waste like they have an damn unlimited supplies. Here's the problem. Most people act like they have time. Like there's always tomorrow, always another year, always a someday where they'll finally get serious. But isn't that a lie? One day you'll wake up and realize you're out of time. And when that moment comes, the only thing you'll be left with is regret. So today, we're going to break this down. Why we waste time, why procrastination is really just fear in disguise, and how to start moving before it's too late. Because here's the truth. Every second you waste is a second you never get back. And if that doesn't light a fire under you, then nothing will. I used to be the guy who always said, I'll do it later. The next week guy, if you might say. The guy who thought he had all the time in the world. And the worst part? I believed in my own excuses. I remember this phase in my life vividly. I had big dreams, wanted to land a high-paying job, get in the best shape of my life, build something meaningful. But instead of putting in the work, I chose distractions. See, I had interviews I could have prepared for. Instead, I went out drinking with friends. I could have been challenging myself with new skills. Instead, I scrolled endlessly on social media, watching other people succeed. I could have been saving money for a better future. Instead, I wasted it on nights out, impulse buys, things that didn't even matter. Sure, you can call that irresponsible, but that's why we're having this conversation. See, at first, it didn't seem like a big deal. It's just one weekend, just one night, just 1 month. But then a week passed by, then a month, then an entire year. And when I looked around, nothing had changed. I was in the same job, living paycheck to paycheck, still talking about one day, like it was some magical finish line I'd eventually cross. Then 2 years went by. 2 years. That's when it hit me. I'd wasted time I've never gotten back. No one tells you when you're actively ruining your own future. No one pulls you aside and says, hey, you're letting life slip through your fingers. It just happens, slowly, subtly, until one day you wake up and realize you've been standing still while the world moved on without you. That moment was a punch to the gut. I wasn't just delaying success. I was sabotaging it. And the hardest pill to swallow? No one was coming to save me. That was a turning point. No more waiting. No more 1 days. No more wasted time. Because if I didn't make a change, I knew exactly where I'd end up. Old, full of regret, and wondering what could I have done. So let's talk about why most people waste time. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't have enough time. It's because you're scared. Psychologists call this the avoidance loop, where your brain convinces you to put things off because it's uncomfortable. Your brain is wired for comfort, not progress. So here's some examples. You don't start that business because what if I fail? Or you don't go to the gym because what if people judge you? And my favorite, you don't chase your goals because what if you're not good enough? So instead, you distract yourself. You scroll, you binge watch, you make excuses. But deep down, you know the truth. You're not avoiding work, you're avoiding discomfort. And until you face that discomfort head on, you're going to stay stuck. Imagine this. You're at the very end of your life. You're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, knowing your time is up. And then someone walks into the room. It's you. Not you today, but the version of you who actually went all in. The version who didn't waste time, who took risks, who chased their dreams without hesitation. And they looked at you with disappointment in their eyes. They ask, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you chase it harder? Why did you let fear, distractions, and comfort stop you from becoming me? And now, there's no more time left. No more second chances, just a gut-wrenching realization that you could have been so much more. But you played small instead. Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. And he's right. Think about that for a second. When you look back, it won't be the mistakes that haunt you. It'll be the chances you didn't take, the risks you avoided, the dreams that you let slip away because you thought you had more time. Now picture this. Imagine you've been given a bank account, and every morning, $68,400 is deposited into it. Sounds amazing, right? But there's a catch. You have to spend every single dollar by the end of that day, or it disappears forever. No rollovers, no saving it for later. That's exactly how time works. Every single day, you're given 86,400 seconds. And just like that bank account, whatever you don't use is gone forever. You don't get it back. You don't get to save it for later. So the question is, how are you spending your seconds? Are you investing them into something meaningful? Or are you letting them slip away, wasted on distractions and regrets? We talk about wasted time like it's just a bad habit. But let's get real. It's the number one regret people have on their deathbeds. And that's not just a guess. That's backed by research. See, a book that I've read by Bronnie Ware, titled The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, found that the most common regret of dying patients wasn't about money, status, or even relationships. It was that they didn't live life on their own terms. They spent too much time playing it safe, doing what was expected, and putting off the things they truly wanted to do. And if that doesn't shake you, let's go deeper. Neuroscientists have found that our brain's perception of time accelerates as we age. When you're a kid, time feels endless. But as you get older, your brain processes experiences more efficiently, meaning the years start feeling shorter. That's why people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s constantly say, where did that time go? Here's the brutal truth. Your best years can slip away before you even realize it. If you keep waiting for the right time, life will be over before you even take your shot. Here's the truth. If you don't take control of your time, life will take control of it for you. So here's what you need to do right now. First, audit your time. Where's your time actually going? Write it down. Be brutally honest. Second, cut the distractions. If it's not pushing you forward, let it go. Scrolling, binge watching, pointless distractions, gone. I know you know them. Third, act. Even when you don't feel like it. You will never feel ready. And that's a lie your brain tells you to stay comfortable. Move anyways. Lastly, set deadlines. They should scare you. If your goals don't have deadlines, they're just wishes. Lock in dates. No excuses. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start. Listen, I want to take a second and say thank you. Not just for listening, but for being here. Because most people, they don't do this work. Most people waste time like they've got an unlimited supply. But most people wake up years later and wonder where it all went. But you're waking up now. So here's a challenge for you. Before this day ends, take action on something you've been putting off. And then, tell me about it. Tag me on Twitter at DANNYLYVIN. And tell me, what's the one thing you stop procrastinating on today? Because time is running out. You either make something of yourself or you look back wishing you had. And if this episode hit you, share it with someone who needs to hear this. This is Hard Truths. Until next time, stop wasting time and start making moves.